A lot of people got something to say about the fact that I got 6 kids with 6 different men. So I'm just going to tell y'all why it is better to do it this way. If I had 6 kids with all the same dude, I get 34% of his income, which is only $680 a month. If I got 6 kids with 6 different dudes, I get 17% from each one of them, which is $340 a month from each one. $340 a month times 6 baby daddies is $2,040. So why don't you have 6 baby daddies?
Going to a different barber, right, today?
No, I'm not going to a different barber today, Kina.
Why the not?
Because I'm loyal to my barber. Why would I go
loyal to your barber? That's some motherfucking bullshit, Dick. We already discussed this.
Friend.
We already discussed this. I don't trust that fool.
You don't have a reason why you don't trust that fool.
It doesn't matter that I don't have a reason. You should just...
matter.
No, it shouldn't. You should just do what the I say. If I don't like someone, you don't with them. Simple as that.
That's my childhood friend, Kina.
And no, you only go over there for his sister, you lying motherfucker. My child.
Sister?
Yes, I know you dated one of his sisters.
I never dated his sister.
Yes, the you did. I know for a fact you did.
You're not to what?
He up your hair anyways, fool. He up your hair.
What? He's practicing. So what if he up my hair? I'm not looking for a I'm already stuck with your
Stupid mother.
What rights are you guys fighting for specifically?
I don't know what these men's rights activists are speaking for, but I'll speak on behalf of somebody who has dealt with a little bit of what I would consider to be a lack of men's rights. I was once arrested in a public park because my little sister was playing on the playground. I was sitting on a bench, and 2 women felt that I was just a little too creepy to be sitting on that bench, and I wound up in handcuffs and had to answer like 30 questions before the cops finally gave up and realized that my little sister was in fact my little sister, and that I was probably just there to hang out with her. I also once called the police because my girlfriend had stabbed me with a steak turner. I wound up in handcuffs. She was over there crying a whole bunch, and the officer that put me in handcuffs said, "Man, you better move out because the next cop that shows up might not be smart enough to realize that you're actually the victim here, and you're probably going to wind up going to jail." Oh, and has anybody else ever been put in handcuffs because you brought your girlfriend to the ER after she got into a car accident and they thought you might have beaten the shit out of her, but instead you're just really trying to help her get help? No? I have, yeah.
I'm sorry for dripping, but drip is what I do.
Put a finger down, actual hoe edition.
Put a finger down if you've ever been in a relationship.
Put a finger down if you've ever had a hickey.
Put a finger down if you went back to him after he f***ed you over.
Put a finger down if you've ever hooked up with an ex.
Put a finger down if you talked to someone who had a girlfriend.
Put a finger down if you've ever hooked up with a stranger.
Put a finger down if you made out with 3 or more people in one night.
Put a finger down if you've tried to be a hoe but caught feelings.
Put a finger down if you played with someone for your own enjoyment.
Put a finger down if you talked to multiple guys in the same friend group.
Put a finger down if you've ever hooked up with more than 3 people.
Put a finger down if you've ever been a booty call.
Welcome back to Slut University. Class is now in session. If you're new here, I'm Carmi, your professor, and today we're going to be talking about the art of the risky pick. That's how I'm going to be referring to them so that this doesn't get taken down. Anyways, the first thing I want to say though is you do not have to take them or send them to be a good hoe. I know plenty of people who don't send risky pics, and personally, I take them more for myself than I do for the person I'm sending them to. I love taking them. I'm an artsy. It makes me feel confident and sexy to see myself that way. So first things first, if you are going to send risky pics, watermark your photo. I'm a basic I just number mine. One of my friends puts like the name of the person she's sending it to somewhere in the picture. Now, I've never had my stuff leaked, but just in case, you're gonna want to do it. Now, for your necessities, for the love of God, self-timer is your best friend. There's only so many selfies you can take. It opens up a whole new avenue of risky pics. Ice cubes for the makes them hard, makes them stand out more. Maybe invest in some baby oil. Also, if you're able to catch my kitty pic tutorial before it got taken down, you know the importance of lube. It really helps if your kitty ain't cooperating. It makes you look like a waterfall. This one's for everyone, okay? Videos, gifts, boomerangs, way better than pics. Also remember that with a risky pic, you don't have to go full birthday suit. A partial is just as good as a full. Leave something to the imagination, you know what I'm saying? All right, now what you've probably all been waiting for, the gag reflex tips. Personally, I've always had a weak gag reflex, but here's how you work on controlling it. The best way to reduce and or eliminate your gag reflex is by gradually getting your soft palate used to being touched. One technique that many of you may know is the toothbrush at the back of the tongue. Brush that area for about 15 seconds and repeat that process once a day until you no longer gag. Then that area has been desensitized. Then move the toothbrush further back and keep going. Desensitizing that area takes usually about a month. Also, when you're doing that, relax. Try not to focus too hard on it. Just focus on opening the back of your throat. Also, this is another time when I say get a sex toy. Practice makes perfect, guys. And that is all I have time for today. Next time on Slut University, we'll be talking about hoeing from home.
This top lets me go from a nun to fun
Met this pretty thing, nice to meet you, mucho gusto.
to a sugar baby.
I went on a date with a girl after taking verbal abuse from her a year prior. We went out on a date. She started getting really lippy, saying some hurtful things, so I racked up the bill, walked out. Some of you may think what I did was really her. She invited me out on the date, remember, because she wanted to pay because she was sorry. I technically never said I was going to pay for the bottle of wine. I just said, would you like a bottle of wine? And she got a little She deserved it. Unfortunately, you got to pay for your wine and coach. So I'm already out in Delray Beach on Atlantic Ave, so I decided to meet up with some of my friends. What's the worst that could happen? So I meet up with my friends at another bar and tell them what happened. An hour later, I look at the corner of my eye, Pineapple Girl walks in. I was like, guys, that's her, that's her. One of the guys we were with was like, dude, you did that to Jessica? Oh shit. Dude, that girl is nuts. She ran over her boyfriend for breaking up with her.
Already got one rolled up in my left hand. Pussy on my mind, tighter than the head.
My chalky milk.
Don't you touch my jockey milk.
It's my chalky milk.
Call Brad.
Yo, who the f is Brad? Yo, are you get your yellow peanut deformed M&M? I'm done.
Sometimes the person that you want doesn't deserve you. Say it again. Sometimes the person that you want doesn't deserve you. Now my question is, why do we pick those people? What makes us pick the person that we know subconsciously doesn't deserve our love? Huh? I'm ready to fight myself. What past trauma? What? Which one of you motherfuckers made me like this? Huh? We go for the toxic boys because they're interesting and fun. Why? We don't want stability and true love? My therapist is definitely getting a call later tonight.
Okay, if you're Scott D. Henry, pause this video and then watch it.
I did.
If you are not Scott D. Henry, this is none of your concern.
We'll bleep it out.
Scott. Now that I have your attention,
What's up?
Is there any way that, like, you can quit your day job and teach a class on how men should act and how women should be treated?
I'd love to.
I'm 31 and I'm from Chicago, and these men are saying that they're like 30 plus, but they somehow start acting like kids. Like, do I need to change their diaper? Do you need a bottle? So if all the guys can get a lesson from you, I think this world would be great, and I think I would.
So a while ago, I was talking to this guy about possible marriage. Before I continue, men, please do not propose to me in the comments. It is super annoying and creepy, and no, just don't. Anyway, so I was telling him that I'm about to graduate with my bachelor's degree and I want to go to grad school for chemistry. And he says, well, why would you do that? You want to have kids, don't you? And I said, yeah, of course I want to have kids, eventually. And he said, then why would you waste your time at grad school? You have to stay home with them. And I was like, I'm gonna work too. This man said, women can't work in Islam once they have kids. That's against the religion. Like, sir, did you forget that Khadijah, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him's first wife, was his boss? She had all of his kids, and she worked as his boss. Do not tell me that women can't work in Islam, because that is just incorrect.
Oops, my heart went. Make his pockets hurt.
Hey, child support's not always fair. I just had a case where mom had taken dad to court. She was making about $10 an hour, working 25 hours a week, menial job. Dad was working for a big corporation, putting in between 40 and 45 hours a week, making some overtime. Court hit him with $800 a month in child support. No big deal. So he goes out, he gets a second job. So he's working part-time, a second job, making $15 an hour, working about 20 to 25 hours a week to offset the decrease in his income from having to pay child support. Well, guess what? They take him back to court a year later and they say, hey, we're going to hit you with another $500 a month in child support because of this second job. Now, mom's still working 20 to 25 hours a week, making $10 an hour. Dad's now working between 70 and 75 a week, making overtime with a second job. And now his child support goes up another $500. Doesn't seem fair, does it?
When my son asks for money for his gaming addiction, only if you make a TikTok with me.
So I overhear this guy at the bar saying how trans women are so disgusting and how it's always so obvious, and then he comes and hits on me.
Oh, sir, you don't know what you're talking about.